Dianetics is an adventure. It's an exploration into the human mind, that vast and unknown realm half an inch back of your forehead. As you progress in therapy, the adventure is yours to know why you did what you did when you did it. To know what caused those dark and unknown fears that haunted you as a child. And to know where your moments of pain lay and what they contain. Some of the things you'll find may astonish you. For the most important information you have may not be in your memories, but in the destructive engrams hidden in the depths of your mind. There's much you may not know about yourself, about your parents,
It's always my fault.
Can't win.
and about your motives. You'll find many reasons why you say what you sometimes say,
You're such a faker.
feel what you sometimes feel, and think the way you sometimes think. And when you uncovered the comments in your past that became commands in the present,
Shut the hell up. I don't want to hear another word out of you.
you'll know how amusing those reasons are, especially to you.
But I've been doing it all these years.
Because Dianetics is not a solemn adventure.
That is so funny.
For all that it has to do with suffering and loss, its end is always relief
Thank you.
and laughter. So misinterpreted were the things which caused your sorrow and distress.
I remember now, my
And at the end of the journey lies the ability to live well and live fully, and to enjoy that living. And that is sanity. That is survival. That is happiness. That is clear. So, you are beginning an adventure. Treat it as an adventure. And may you never be the same again.
I'm 45 years old, and for all of my life before I experienced Dianetics, I was looking for a way to resolve the problems that both real and imagined existed in my life and affected me.
I was actually very introverted. I was always worried about what people thought about me.
I was always going back to these emotional, irrational behaviors.
I was cold, quiet, shy, always upset, just the lamest guy in the world.
It was like I would have to fight in order to do something good, in order to, better my job, better my life, and then it wouldn't stay. It would always go back.
I'm having trouble with my spouse, I'm having trouble with my kids, or my kids are having trouble, and so forth and so on. Well, that's just normal.
You kind of get yourself into a stage where you're like, yeah, everything's actually all right. But really, it's not. And I think for me, it was just a real wake-up call after having received Dianetics, just how more powerful you can be as a being.
You think that you're gonna go and you're gonna get your Dianetic auditing and you're gonna run some stuff. You really, when you get into it, you run some stuff. It's like, wow.
I was totally shocked. I had no idea that I would remember the things that I remembered, and just going over it, just with that simple procedure, this was a problem that was ruining my life for literally 10 years. And just in 3 hours, just gone, nuked.
All of a sudden, I'm laughing about something that I was crying about 5 minutes ago that all of the charge came off of, and now it doesn't affect me anymore.
There were some times where my auditor and I would both laugh, and laugh, and laugh, and laugh, because it was just so crazy how things were being uncovered and how I was seeing things so much more clear that it was just a blast.
Easiest thing in the world. It's so much fun. I sat there at the order to give the command. I did what the order told me to do, and at the end of it, I have a smile the size of a Grand Canyon.
We're walking out of session going, it can't get any better than this. It can't get any better than this. Then I go to the next session and, oh, well, yeah, it can, but it can't get any better than this. Is there an end? And apparently not.
We were just going, earlier, similar, and then all of a sudden there I was being born.
I could feel myself, exiting the womb and coming out, and then, it's so bright, I can barely see.
You never expect to know that much about how you came into this world, but, there it was with all its pains and sensations and everything else.
I was able to experience, re-experience some very real moments of
prenatal.
It was a weird scrunched up feeling, and then we kept going through it, and I'm like, oh, you know, that would explain a lot why I don't really get along with my mom. But then we ran that out, and then later that day I called my mom up, and I'm like, no, Mom, I'm actually really happy that you're my mom.
I thought for me, it would be absolutely impossible for me to recall such an early incident. But I remembered everything what it says in the book is true.
It just made everything in Dianética completely, solidly real to me, because it explained that everything talked about there applies to everybody.
I was tired regularly every morning. I used to be like completely tired, and I was like, something must be wrong with me, right? After Dianética, that was totally gone.
I had this pain in my back that was bothering me for years and years and years. I came out of session, and I was like, wait, where's the pain? No, it cannot be. I had this pain for years, and suddenly it wasn't there.
My somatic, you know, whatever the feelings I had on my knees and whatever, she just went away.
My headaches are gone. I haven't had a headache in years, literally.
I went to the emergency hospital very often. I just could not breathe. Now I don't have asthma. Haven't had it. It's gone.
I used to be so shy that I wouldn't talk to people, and now I'm the most talkative person you could imagine.
Like about 7 years ago, my mother died, and I had a hard time to get over it. But after Dianética, I finally managed to get over that period of my life, and you know, you kind of enjoy life again.
I ran out the death of my father. He died when I was 6 years old, and it just released so much stuff, so much charge that I had from that I didn't even know I had.
Through a loss of someone that I loved, like I just decided that I wasn't gonna love that type of person again.
A breakup I had with a girlfriend that was pretty bad. I was very distressed about it. And I went back and I found something that happened way earlier than that. And after that, I just felt so calm. I felt so peaceful.
And I could handle that part of my life so much easier without all this unnecessary grief.
Was able to laugh and enjoy life, and things were better, and I could see goals again and futures again.
My whole life changed. I met my husband, like I got married.
The book talks about having part of yourself kind of held up in moments of past pain and unconsciousness. That's exactly what it felt like, was I got part of myself back.
It's like all these layers that weren't me, you know, are being peeled off.
Well, there's a lot of me's who I thought was me, who aren't me.
Dianética gave me back to me.
You're running out all that charge that you had and all the attention that you had on your past, getting rid of all that stuff so you can actually just live life today.
You can't live in the past, you really can't. And something I took away with me from Dianética was I need to live for the future.
And it really makes you able to take on the world and take on whatever comes your way.
It's like full speed ahead, charge through life, you know, good, bring it on, I can handle it, you know?
The biggest win is going clear. Things go right around me, you know, it just kind of works out. It's just easy.
My biggest win was to become clear. I became very playful about life because things are not that serious anymore.
My biggest win in Dianética is going clear. A friend of mine and I decided that we were going to audit each other, and we kind of just sat down and decided, hey, we're going to go for this. How could you build a better friendship than to have your friend clear you?
He was just like totally beaming, you know, and to think that you actually had a hand in that. I almost think that I actually like auditing Dianética more than receiving it.
Helping someone one-on-one and watching their life change.
You never think that person's gonna be okay again. They've lost that family member, and then with Dianética, they're actually themselves and happy and laughing again.
They thank you. They grab your hand and say, you saved my life. Thank you so much.
Oh, and that kind of feeling, to be able to give that to somebody else, is worth anything in the world.
It just blew my mind that it was a technology that's so simple and so amazing and can literally handle some of the most basic and fundamental things that are troubling mankind.
By no stretch of the imagination, it is that thing that every single person on this planet needs.
It would be cheating yourself to not get the same wins and the same benefits and the same realizations about yourself and other people.
Why would somebody not do it? Because they haven't tried. Once they try it, let's go.
You literally would say, oh my God, every single moment of the way. And it is the most radical journey you could ever go on.
And I tell you what, if you treat it like an adventure, you will never be the same again, that's for sure.